We are situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Jets. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He was brought down at the 20.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll run with Geis. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a first down on a gain of 10. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. Flushed out right. He gets it in the hands of Geis. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He's the reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and defensively they have to find an answer for him.
And that's what you would do if you were calling plays, right?
Yeah,
you'd make sure that he gets targeted. But the thing about it is the route running. That's what makes him so dangerous, is because no matter what is presented defensively, he runs his route with such skill that he's able to go up and get the football first in each and every situation.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Mike, 53, Mike. Hey, watch the slant.
This is Geis. And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44.
Geis, the ball carrier.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Check it out. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Back. Under 10. 10.
Geis. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Change to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them get the chains. Score up in the end, so do my dance all on a hater. I'm moving in a shaker, you a novice, I'm a player. I'm a DC, but I'm running through a second like a raider. 2 chains on my neck, one for never, one for later. If we don't play fair, baby, we play for keeps. You can pass me up, this is not a bye week. I'm looking for a trophy competition, looking steep. And I'm training, I've been focused, I've been popping from the deep. I'm like, move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains.
Use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool.
And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Geis. And he'll get this down only to the 18.
The ball carrier.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Geis with the carry on 2nd down. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put...
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. With touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
They're on the 25-yard line.
Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He fakes the give here and looks to throw. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Going deep downfield for Ross. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Brian Poole that time there to get a hand on it.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. Going deep this time for Miller. He rifles one that's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 47-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Flush to his right. He'll air this one. It's caught inside the 25. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A big one there on third down. They hit for 30 yards.
2-yard line.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. It's Geis on the counter. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
He was brought down by Alex.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense. Linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now a run with Geis. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12.
That's good.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. On first down, this is Geis. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great play there. Becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Jets will extend their lead. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll set up to throw it. Going deep downfield for Ross. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Philadelphia. John Ross, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use than that, man. One play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
The tackle made by Bobby Okereke. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Jets 14, Eagles 7.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Here we go, 46. 46. Here we go, 46. Mike 56. Mike 56. You better be 56.
Here's Prescott sliding out of the pocket. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon, and it's third down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
First and
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Ed Oliver able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Shotgun handoff now to Geis. It's a 6-yard pickup to get him back to the original line of scrimmage with third down coming up.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Jets on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Motion, check. Shift.
Throwing, Prescott. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Shotgun now for Wentz. Going deep here for Watkins. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 39 yards there, a big one.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play on the football.
Not much there, only a yard. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Here's a throw that's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. From
down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. Now, Wentz again, eluding the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Scotty Miller hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Elliott Good with a PAT. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
1st down and goal to go.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and goal to go.
Prescott to throw this time. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own. But as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you. And if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working from the gun, Wentz. Going deep downfield for Ross. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for John Ross that time. And that'll bring up second down.
Leads to 2nd and 10.
Now Wentz. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
3rd down.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. To throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
First down.
Wentz now on first down. Flushed out right. Wide open receiver, complete. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Eagles.
On first down, Wentz. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
On the throwaway. It's now 2nd and 10.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Again, it's Wentz. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout.
Ed Oliver made the
7 seconds left in the first half.
Back at the 22-yard line.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now this time he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. He was trying to get it to Denzel Mims that time. And it's 3rd down.
And 13.
This time they stay on the ground. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Carson Wentz with touchdown pass number 4 on the afternoon. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of. The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. 36, 36.
A first down throw for Prescott, eluding the pressure right. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
56, 47. You don't want that,
Prescott to throw it. He'll buy some time right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. That is incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Prescott off play action. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit, because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
Here we go with Geis. Oh, he's got a little daylight. 20. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
He's got the hat trick, 3 touchdowns now.
Did you throw yours? Did you throw yours out?
I didn't have mine. You've got yours. You've got one of those Abe Lincoln hats.
Yeah, and that stovepipe is going right out there for him. A nose for the end zone. 3rd time today. I think he deserves a tip of the cap.
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal.
28. Jets, 25.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. But they have to...
They got his man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Wentz now to throw. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wentz finds his tight end Ingram. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. Now Wentz. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards, but instead, offense out there. They're going for it. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And the Jets are going to get the football back. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
47.
Prescott from the gun, escaping the pressure right. He'll air this one out for Mims, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On third down, it's Prescott. Flushed out right. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. In a play like that, with how far he had to go to make that sack, shows how athletic defensive ends have become in the NFL.
And not just athletic, this is coached in a big way. Run to the football at all times. How about him never giving up on it and pursuing all the way across the field?
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned.
And this will be caught at the 30.
It's saying if they pay me, I'll do this
And
for
that's
free.
a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. To throw, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. He'll find Miller. That's complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Complete.
12 more yards there and another first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Open man is Ross, complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Throwing again on second down. Wentz, open man right side is Ingram. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards there and a first down. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a fourth quarter advantage. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Wentz now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Finally a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Big stop, big hit. 53 from Mike, 53, shot 53. Go. Check foot.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Watkins, the intended receiver, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Into the red zone, Wentz. This is caught. And he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it. This is Connor, and he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. James Conner, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. They were able to push him backwards on first down, but this time he forces his way in.
I wonder if he went back to the huddle and said, guys, just a little bit more help, and I can get it done on this one. Maybe even overruled the play call from the sideline, just feeling like he had that opportunity, and he wanted to cash it in.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive, going for 14 and also going for a first down.
At the 39-yard line.
47. 53 is the mark. Gotta do better.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. Flush to his right. He'll air this one out for Mims. He was trying to get it to Denzel Mims that time, but it's going to be second down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Kill.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Ed Oliver in there to get him. And that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
You can't stop me.
The Jets on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 15. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He gets it in the hands of Geis. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
At the 50-yard line.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Jim.
Prescott now from the 50. They'll roll him out right. Incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Geis. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 17. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. He's going to look deep for Watkins. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And now he'll tuck it and run. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
First down.
From midfield, here's Wentz. Rolling to his right. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of the defense.
Eluding the pressure right. Got a man open. It's Ross. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. An excellent gain, 35 yards. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Wentz to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.